Yo, you too. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. We feeling good, we looking good, and we doing good, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in a good mood because after this reaction, I'm watching the One Piece episode. You feel me? I'm watching the One Piece episode, a new one that just came out today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely gotta watch that. So, uh, I'm in an amazing mood right now. You feel me? Yeah, yeah. I'm just in an amazing mood right now. Let's really get to the reaction. Cause I'm in an amazing mood. Let's start reacting. Let's get to the reactions to start reacting, so we can react to the reactions. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? But anyways, today we are watching Where Do Sith Go When They Die? Why They Fear It More Than Anything. I have thought about this maybe once or twice, but not really too often. I haven't thought about it often. I don't think about it often. That's what I meant to say. I meant even, and I haven't thought about it recently. You see, my brain works. The brain works. You just have to sit there and just let it calculate what you're trying to say. Get your thoughts together. Get your words. You feel me? You feel me? Tight shit. Um, yeah, let's get to reaction, man. I told you, I'm in an amazing mood right now. And we just gonna yap. Let's yap about the video. We ain't gotta yap. My bad. I'm yapping. I'm actually yapping right now. Like I'm actually yapping because I have nothing to talk about right now. So I'm actually just yapping right now. You feel me?
There is nothing in
My
the
bad.
boundless galaxy that the Sith fear more than death itself. So what exactly happens to the spirit of a Sith Lord once they die? Not their legacy, not their legend. What happens to their spirit? What exactly are they trying to prevent with all the rituals, the possession, the soul binding? Why do they cling to life, not just as rulers, but as shadows, ghosts, and even parasites? What did the Sith see beyond death that makes even the most powerful among them tremble? The answer is a place with many names: chaos, the void, the howling dark, a realm not of fire but of silence, not of torment but of unmaking, where power, identity, and will, all the things that the Sith holds so sacred, are
No,
slowly
matter of fact, I have heard of this before, but I never did research on it. I have heard of this on one of the Star Wars videos I have watched. I probably have posted a reaction. I don't know. I can't remember if I watched that before I started this channel or after. I can't remember, but I have heard a little bit about this story, about what happens when the Sith do die.
eternally stripped away. This is the final truth of the dark side. Not power, not victory, only the toll. Greetings, lore junkies, and welcome back to the archives. What happens to Sith once they die? What is the place that they dread going to so bad that they will do anything to prevent it? A realm known as chaos, the darkness beyond death. To understand what terrifies the Sith, what truly terrifies them, you have to understand what chaos is. Chaos is not hell, it is not a punishment. It's the place where everything ends, including the one thing that a Sith is trained to never surrender: the self. In Star Wars Legends, chaos is described rarely and always in whispers, a realm of beyond death, separate from the Force itself. It is the dark echo that exists where the soul goes, where it cannot find anywhere else that it belongs. It is called many names, but some call it the Void, the Howling Silence, the Hollow Beyond the Force. Some even call it Oblivion. And every name tells us the same thing. There is nothing waiting for you there. To the Jedi, death is unity. When the Jedi die, they become one with the Force.
Yeah.
Their identity dissolves into peace. Their will returns to the current that flows through all life. But the Sith reject this. They do not surrender. They do not let go. They build temples, create holocrons, bind their essence to tombs, or leap from body to body in twisted rituals of essence transfer.
So quite literally, damn, the Sith will literally do everything in their power to not die. And that probably brings death to them faster. The fact that they're trying to not die, you know? Because a nigga like Yoda, he lived for hundreds of years. Because he didn't fear death. He didn't fear the thought of death. Death wasn't a thought to Yoda at all. He just, nigga, if the Force say I gotta be here, I'm here. If the Force say, nigga, yeah, yeah. It was just the concept of fearing death. That's what I'm getting. The fact that the Sith feared death and they did everything in their power to not die, that was bringing them to chaos. Because when the Jedi die, they accept it. They like, okay, they at peace with their death. They like, cool, I'm enjoying the Force. You feel me? Like Obi-Wan, for example. When Obi-Wan was struck down by Darth Vader, he accepted it. He didn't fear. He wasn't fighting back. He literally let down his
because
lightsaber.
they know.
He let down his lightsaber and just accepted death. Yeah, okay.
Oh, they know that if they fail, they will fall into a realm waiting for them. Chaos. There is no spirit to rise, no voice to speak, only the slow erosion of identity. In chaos, it is the bleeding away of memory, purpose, and presence. Power becomes hunger, hunger becomes madness, and eventually, nothing. In the Book of the Sith, Sorza Sin, one of the original 12, writes this: a Sith's soul, untethered by ritual, is scattered into chaos. Chaos is seen differently depending on the Sith tradition, but all views agree on something. It is the end of will. For a Sith Lord, that is worse than damnation.
Yeah.
To the Sith of old, chaos represented failure. What happens when your rituals were not strong enough? When you were forgotten? To other Sith Lords, it is a challenge, a place to conquer, to escape, or to infect. But to all Sith, chaos is the abyss of irrelevance. There are no apprentices in chaos, no legacy, no power, only disillusion. The Jedi call that peace. The Sith call it obliteration. It's important to understand, though, that chaos is not judgment. It is not vengeance. It is not the Jedi or the Force punishing the Sith out of moral disgust. It is the toll, the spiritual rebalancing that follows when something has broken the cycle.
Yeah.
And the Sith break this cycle by design. The Sith reject unity in the Force. They seek to dominate it, warp it, survive beyond it. They don't want to return to the current at all. They want to dam the river, and to build their throne at its source.
Yeah.
But the Force remembers, and in
Because
the end...
the whole point of the Sith was, nigga, the Jedi, they follow the Force. They let the Force command them. The Sith was like, nigga, I want the Force like this. Nigga, I'm trying to have the Force in the headlock. You feel me? Like, nigga, we ain't letting the Force decide none of our decision. Every decision I make will be my own. That was the whole thing of the fucking Sith. Nah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. You feel me? Free will, I fuck with that.
When the rituals fail,
You can't be
when
mad
the
at
body
it.
fails,
It's
when
just
there
the
are
way
no
they went about
apprentices
it
left to
that's
carry
fucked
their
up.
name, the Force rejects them. They do not become one with it. They are not absorbed. They are cast out into chaos,
Yeah.
to a place beyond the Force, because they no longer belong within it. If you reject the cycle rejects you. In this sense, chaos is not an evil place. It is a natural reset button. The Sith stole time. Chaos steals it back. The Sith have denied death. Chaos becomes it. The Sith reject unity. Chaos isolates them completely. So when a Sith dies, they do not just cease to exist. They fall into the void, the hollow, the...
It's basically that everything the Sith created. It's giving you everything you wanted, nigga. You can't, like, you feel me? You are the ruler here because there's nothing here. So, nigga, technically, you're the greatest thing here right now. It's no unity. You're the only person here. There's no Force around because you are the only person here. Ain't nothing commanding you. You don't have to bow to nothing. You have to bend your will to nothing because you are the only thing here. This is what you created. Type shit. No, that's fine.
nothing,
That's actually a
where
thought
power
concept.
becomes silence, where identity collapses, where they are no longer Sith, just echoes, unraveling forever. This is the toll, not because you were evil, but because you refused to die when you were meant to.
Yeah.
For the Sith, the fear of death isn't just the fear of the unknown, it's the fear of becoming nothing. Not defeated, not destroyed, just forgotten. Because the Sith believe in domination through will. Their identity is their weapon. Their legacy is immortality. But chaos doesn't kill you, it erases you. To the Sith, this is worse than true annihilation. A Jedi trains to let go. They release attachments, dissolve into the Force, and become a part of the greater whole. But a Sith hoards everything. Knowledge, pain, memories, victories, hatred. They do not prepare to die. They prepare to outlive death.
Yeah.
Their entire philosophy rests on the belief that the self is sacred and should be preserved at all costs. But chaos does not deny the Sith this, it undoes it. No tomb can hold their name. No apprentice will remember their voice. No ritual saves your face from fading. not because you were defeated, but because you weren't welcome anywhere else. This is why they build holocrons, why they will fuse their essence into artifacts, to armor, to worlds, why they transfer their minds into clones.
They will literally do anything possible to not die. They'll probably transfer their essence into a fucking rock if that was their only choice, just so they will not die, because they know what's waiting for them. Nigga, if that's the case, stop doing fucked up shit. Like, I don't understand that. How you gonna try to avoid something that you caused for yourself? Nigga, you caused the shit for yourself. Now you want to avoid it? Nah. This is the bed you made. You made this bed. Now lay in it, my nigga. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Nah.
Children and other hosts. Because when a Sith Lord looks into the abyss, they do not fear pain. They fear the vanishing. They fear their legacy rotting in silence. They fear their name becoming a hollow breath in a crypt that no one will visit. Even the most powerful of Sith Lords, those who have brought the galaxy to its knees, still feared what came after in chaos. Darth Bane spent his final years chasing a way to pass his soul into another body. Sidious built clone after clone, attempting to lock himself out of chaos permanently. Darth Endedu entombed himself alive, hoping to hibernate through death itself. Because all of them knew when the power...
I still don't like that Sidious clone shit, bro. I don't like that shit. I understand it's supposed to be canon or whatever, but I do not like that shit, my nigga. I don't like that shit. Hell no, yeah, I don't like that shit.
Ends, the price begins.
I was thinking about it because, like, you know, maybe to make the clones, he had to put his essence into it to actually even make the clones in the first place. But nah, I don't like it. I don't like it because, you feel me? Like, was that? Nah, man. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I was trying to give him a pass, but yeah, I don't like it. That Sidious clone shit is bullshit.
Jedi die to become a part of something greater. The Sith die knowing that everything they fought to preserve, their name, their will, their identity, it will all be peeled away into chaos until there is nothing left. And that's what makes chaos more than death to a Sith. It is the unraveling of the very thing a Sith believes makes them real. The Sith believed they were above death, but even the strongest could feel chaos looming behind the veil. And so, generation after generation, they have turned to sorcery, science, and slaughter, desperate for an exit. Darth Bane discovered a secret buried in the darkest scrolls of the ancient Sith, essence transfer, a forbidden ritual allowing one to forcibly rip their soul from a dying body and to implant it into another. The only way to escape chaos is to deny it entirely. But the process was far from perfect. If the host resisted, both bodies risked being destroyed. They could be ripped apart, cast into the void forever. Bane tried to possess his apprentice Zana, and even in that final moment, he failed. And chaos claimed even his mighty soul. Others have turned to ritual anchoring, binding their spirits to tombs, talismans, and weapons. And Endedu sealed his essence inside a sarcophagus hidden on the world of Prakith, worshipped by zealots, those who feared when he would awaken next. Karnus Mur locked part of his soul into a talisman that could possess others across centuries. Even Exar Kun suspended his spirit in the ruins of a Yavin 4 temple, trapped between life and death, unable to move on. But what we must remember is the Sith did not transcend death. Instead, they froze themselves at its edge, still conscious, still whispering.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's like, nah, that's not even... You might as well be dead at that point, nigga. Because if nobody ever picks up these artifacts, or, you feel me, the person you trying to essence transfer into, they deny the transfer, you fucked. You're fucked. You basically just fucked. Because if you're a relic, nigga, you just gonna be sitting wherever your relic at. Because it's a chance that wherever the relic is, that planet just got exploded by the Death Star. You feel me? It's literally a chance that, nigga, your relic that you put your essence in, that you did that ritual with, that planet, that relic was on a planet that got destroyed by the Death Star. Now you just flown through space somewhere. You feel me? You fucked. So yeah. It's no pros to being a Sith.
They bought themselves time, but never peace. Sidious believed in perfection through repetition, however, that this would save him apart from rituals. When his body was destroyed, Sidious leapt into cloned forms of himself, pre-grown vessels ready to receive his spirit. But even all of this was temporary.
Bullshit.
The clones began to decay rapidly. His spirit burned through all of them, corrupted by the dark side, and with each and every jump, his connection to the Force weakened, as if the cosmos itself was trying to push him away. Eventually, even Sidious could not run forever, and Chaos claimed him as well. Then there are those like Marka Ragnos, who
It should have been claimed him. It should never happen in the first place. But I'll give them that. They didn't make him super OP with the clones. They made it how... They made it make sense. I'll give them that.
Spirits remain powerful long after death. Spirits that Chaos could not destroy overnight. Not because of rituals, but because of faith. Sith cults kept Marka Ragnos' name alive, his tomb on Korriban overflowing with darkside energy. He even appeared as a spirit during the succession crisis between Naga Sadow and Ludo Kresh. Centuries later, his worshippers attempted to resurrect him fully through the possession of a living vessel. In the end, though, they failed, but the attempt reveals something terrifying. Even when trapped in chaos, the strongest Sith screamed to return. The Sith believed they could bend the Force to their will, that it was not a current to be followed, but a blade to be gripped and wielded. In their hunger, they shaped the Force into a weapon of domination, of conquest, and of self. But the deeper they carved into its mysteries, the more they severed their place within it. The Sith feared chaos not because it was senseless, but because it was inevitable. It was fair. It was the one thing that they could not control. The price they paid for rejecting the will of the Force was becoming unanchored from it entirely. In life, they sacrificed everything to escape death, but in doing that, they became unrecognizable.
Because if they lose their connection to the Force, they done lost everything they worked so hard for. Their power, their control, the fear they have upon others. They literally lose everything that make them a Sith. Oh yeah, that is hell for them. Oh yeah.
Recognizable to the very energy that once sustained them. The Force is a cycle of renewal and balance.
I mean, that shit probably was fucking them up, knowing that that's where they about to go. A place where they lose their whole identity. Everything that made them a Sith, they lose it once they go there. Damn. I know that fucked them up.
No longer recognizes the Sith as a part of that cycle. And so when death comes, it does not bring release, it brings silence, isolation. It brings a void that stretches endlessly, where neither peace nor power remains, only the cold echo of a soul that no longer belongs anywhere. This is the price of the Sith's war against the natural order. The tragedy is not that the Sith failed, the tragedy is that even in victory, especially in victory, they lose the very thing that they sought to master. Their legacy becomes one of ghosts, of rituals and hauntings, of spirits too broken to pass on, too stubborn to fade. They feared chaos, but chaos was never their enemy. It was their mirror, their reflection, and in the end, chaos would be all that remains.
Yep.
Perhaps Marka Ragnos and others like him have escaped the chaos. Perhaps through ancient rituals and forgotten sorcery, they carved themselves out of the storm. But what they found beyond it was never peace. What they saw waiting in the dark was a place where the Force does not reach, a realm stripped of meaning, stripped of power, where all that remains is the memory of hunger and the scream of identity that is unraveling. They dwell not in fire, but in something worse. They dwell in silence, twisted with madness, and though they may endure beyond death, untouched by time, the Sith recoil from what they have become. Because if chaos is the price of defying the Force, then this is what waits when even chaos lets go. This is the realm of chaos, where spirits of the Sith drift after death, an endless spiral of decay. Stripped from the Force, severed from life, they cling to power, to memory, even to pain, until even that unravels. It is here where their voices stretch into whispers, their forms dissolve into shadow, and their legacies rot in silence. The Jedi become one with the Force, but the Sith, they vanish into chaos, and some parts of them knows they always will. But as always, my friends and fellow Star Wars lore junkies, thank you so much for watching the channel.
They have literally no one else to blame but themselves. Damn. Anyways, y'all, we gonna do some more. We gonna do some more Star Wars videos. Y'all know that. Y'all know I love Star Wars. I just seen something I missed on my phone, and it kind of put me in a little bad mood. So I'm just finna end the video right now. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Have a good day.